And so here we are. Let's say hello to Melissa Cervantes, a.k.a. Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa. What do you think, Melissa? What do you think?
I love it. It's great. I love the colors. I love it. You look absolutely amazing.
They refer to me as El Nariz in Mexico.
Why would I be? Because you have a small nose?
No, I have a big nose. Look at this thing. It's sticking out. Oh, you're joking? Now people say...
No, el narizón, no el nariz.
No. So, you see, some people say they should be La Nariz. This is my twist on things. El Nariz, all right? That's the way I like to do it.
I love it.
I'm big over there. I got this from a AAA event back in the day.
They actually curated that mask for you?
They stopped the whole thing. They were throwing roses in my honor. I mean, the whole show shut down. It was unbelievable.
Oh,
just
God.
For me. Yes. I was secretly...
That must be nice.
It was very nice. I was secretly hoping that you'd come on with the face paint as well, and we can kind of go tit for tat, but no face paint.
Oh, man, no. I actually was doing a taco vlog right now, so it was kind of hard for me to come with my, face paint and wake up early because I have to go work out and run, take a shower, and then go immediately to do a vlog. So it's mornings on Wednesdays are busy.
I get it. Yes, and I appreciate you doing this on a Wednesday because you have AEW Dynamite tonight. It's live tonight beginning at 8 p.m. on TBS. So thank you so much for squeezing us in here. You're the champ. You're the women's world champion over there. You're killing it right now. You're on fire. But you're also doing a great thing for your community. So I want to talk about all of these things. Let's start there. Most importantly, I just plugged the website a couple of times, gspawn.com/ThunderRosa. Can you explain what you are doing and why you are doing this?
So as you guys know, a couple of weeks ago, there was a terrible incident in Uvalde, Texas, and where 19 kids were, murdered and 2 teachers died after someone came and just, did something unspeakable. And this happened when I was in Las Vegas getting ready for one of my biggest matches in my career for Double or Nothing. And I was already having ideas of why I was doing the gear that I was doing because I was going to represent other terrible stuff that happened in Mexico with women because they're disappearing. There's 750 women that have disappeared in the last 2 years. And this happened. And I said, this was happening or about to happen. I was giving a speech to 5th graders in Las Vegas and a predominantly, Latino community school and telling the kids how for some of them, school has been the safest place for them. And now that's completely taken away. I mean, when I heard the news, my media director, Tony Allen, he called me crying. And he's like, do you know what happened? I'm like, no, what's going on? Because I'm not on social media as often as people think. You got to go on social media and see what happened. He's like, kids were killed. There was a school shooting in Uvalde. And I know it's 45 minutes away from your house. And then I just start reading it and start seeing the news and everything. And it just gives me chills to talk about it because these are kids that had dreams, that had goals, that had families that love them. And now these kids are no longer here with us and their families are suffering tremendously because of the loss, because of the trauma, because everything has had happen in one moment, right? And that day, on that Tuesday, I decided that I was going to auction my gear to raise money for the families, for whatever they need. Because moving on forward for the next 20 years, 30 years until they leave this earth, they will continue to have the pain that they have to put their kids, to rest, which is something that no parent should go through ever.
Amen. And so you're auctioning off the gear that you wore at Double or Nothing. You successfully defended your title that night at that event. And again, the website is gspawn.com/Thunder Rosa. And I went through everything that will, go to the winner. Right now, there's a little over 2 days left, and the current highest bid is $5,000. So hopefully we can exceed that. And I commend you for doing that. You obviously don't have to. It's an amazing thing that you're doing, and it says a lot about you. And I think, speaking of, saying a lot, I feel, correct me if I'm wrong, one thing that I think a lot of people relate about you and see in you is you have even though you're the champ, nothing has come easy for you. Nothing has been handed to you, but you have a chip the size of freaking Texas on your shoulder still, even though you're at the top of the game. Is that accurate, and why so?
Listen, Ariel, it is very accurate. I feel like I'm the first of my kind, Ariel, in this business to have come this far, the way that I have come. I was brought up, by myself with, I'm not no second generation. I am not your young wrestler. I am not your stereotypical look of how a professional women wrestler should look like. I am the first Mexican born ever to win a major championship in the world like this. So I continue to have a chip on my shoulder because I feel like some people don't put respect on my name. And they still, even now that I carry the title with me, people, continue to say things about my line of work. But I can tell you one thing. I work so hard and I continue to work much harder to keep the title and continue to build the championship, continue to build a strong women's division and continue to build something that is going to be there for decades after I leave this world. And it's like a legacy of someone of service, of someone who was there for other women and was there to empower one way or another. If they don't agree with my methods, they don't like me, fine. But one thing I'm going to tell you, I will never going to stop fighting. And if anyone wants to get this title and there's an open challenge, they're welcome. I deal with my problems in the ring all the time. That's why I'm on top. And if somebody has a problem with that, they know where to find me. They know where to find me. And that is in that ring in AEW.
Wow. I love it. Why do you think people don't put respect on your name?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Could be a plethora of things. But I said, that's the kind of thing that has driven me since I started day one. I've never changed and I continue to be the same way. Working hard until there's nothing left in me. It's going to take me, again, blood, tears, and pain to take this championship away from me. That's what's going to take. That's what it took me to win it. That's what it's going to take me to lose it. So for anyone that, wants to speak big game, come at me, baby. Life has thrown me every single thing that is on the book. And I'm still here fighting every single day from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep. And I don't do it just for myself. I do it for my family. I do it for my tribe. And I do it for, I do it for Texas. And I do it for all those Latino women that the whole entire life had told that they can't do nothing and they're not going to amount to nothing. I will continue to do it for them. And I'll continue to do it for every woman that has been told no. I'm just going to keep doing it because this is who I am. And that's why they call me La Mera Mera. It's not a gimmick. It's the real me.
Speaking of that, before anyone is like, this is just, pro wrestling talk. This is all. This is legit. As they say in the business, this is a shoot right now because, we like to keep it real here. Thunder Rosa, I get ready for the interviews. I look what people are saying. I see a lot of people slandering your name right now online, saying that you were stiff, you sandbagged Marina Shafir. What is going on here? Because I feel like, and I see people liking tweets, and I feel like people are not respecting the champ. All right. So what is happening here? Where's this hate coming from? And can you address that? Is that true? Did that really happen?
No. And I'm gonna say it like how I said in the New York Post. I have nothing but respect for my opponents. Nothing but respect for my opponents. Because anyone that dares to stay in the ring with me, I have nothing but respect to my opponents. And I send them nothing but blessings. And I will, like I said, moving on forward, I will continue to work harder to have the best matches I can bring and to bring the most opportunities for all the women that are behind me. So when they step in the ring with me, they're like, okay, cool. People, like I said, people are going to talk and that's fine. I'm not worried about that. I will continue to move forward and I will continue to show with my body of work, what am I all about? So I have to say.
Okay. You are legit in the sense that you are a tough woman. You have fought before. You have competed in MMA for Combate Americas as Melissa Cervantes. Am I pronouncing your name correctly, Cervantes?
Yes.
And what is interesting about that, after I read more about your background, it seemed to me like you were not getting the opportunities that you were looking for or thought that you had earned in the world of pro wrestling. And MMA was almost just like a detour. And you're like, look, if I can't make it here, maybe I can make it over there. I'm tough. I like this. I can do it. I can commit. Is that what happened? Like you didn't necessarily want to become an MMA fighter. It was more, there was some frustration here and you went this route?
Yeah, I think I didn't feel like people were respecting me or like giving me the legitimacy as a professional wrestler as I felt like I had. And I think jumping into MMA at such an older age, I was 33 when I started doing this. it was a challenge for me, and it was a mental challenge, and it was also something that I knew it didn't matter if I win or lose, that I was going to win no matter what, because it was going to bring another side of me that I never, explored before. And it was going to push me to my limits, my mental, my physical, and my spiritual limits, which it really did. And I'm really blessed that I had the opportunity to do that, and that I was able to build another family with the MMA community in my town in San Antonio. And I met so many wonderful people. And now, like, I met like Chris Cyborg. I went to like her training facility. I can name other people too that I have met, and I just have nothing but respect to these women because they've done it for decades. And it's not an easy road. Being a fighter is not an easy road because it's underpaid. Women have to go through so much crap. There's not a lot of opportunities either, and even in the lower division, because there's not a lot of fighters. Like the 115, there's very, very few in my area. So you have to go to so many different places and like leave everything behind so you can get the best training that you can for your camp, so you can get ready, to kick ass and win fights. Because there's nothing worse than you train so hard, your camp went really well, and you keep losing and you keep losing and you keep losing. There's nothing worse than that feeling, right? And it's just like people don't understand the sacrifice, financial sacrifice, all the stuff that you have to go through. Like sometimes you have to like leave your family behind. If you have kids, it's like bringing your kids with you, and training is like 110-degree weather, and your kids are like dying there. Like every time you have a break, you gotta like, okay, baby, it's okay, put it back down and just get back to the punches. I've seen it with a lot of my friends that are moms, and it's not an easy road. Just like I was talking with professional wrestling, like fighting is not an easy road, and I carry my bruises, and I carry my cuts and everything with pride, because it's a sacrifice. And I'm really blessed, and I'm really happy that Combate America, before, or Combate Global now, they gave me an opportunity to step in as a rookie that I was, and I'm still am, into a professional in the professional state. Like a lot of people do a lot of amateur fights. I didn't have the chance to do that. Didn't have the time to do that. I was working on the weekends as a professional wrestler and training MMA Monday through Friday.
Wow.
I couldn't even move some days because of the pain that I went through on as a professional wrestler. I remember a month and a half before my fight on September, 1 week I had 10 matches. And I was freaking out because I didn't get my MMA training done. And I was like, man, I can't do this, but I had to put money on my table, and fighting wasn't paying for it. I had to pay for it. I didn't have big sponsors. I didn't have nothing, man. It's like, you like really go for the purse, right? It's a struggle, man. But I was like, this is not gonna defeat me. I'm gonna go in there and give my very best, whatever that is. And every time I watch that fight, I cringe, because I was like, now I see it and I'm like, no, I would have done this differently. Because now I understand. Like when I first got in, I didn't understand. It's like wrestling. It's your first match. It's usually not the best. And it was my best performance at that time. And I was really proud that I didn't tap out and I didn't get knocked out. It went, to decision, which is actually really good for somebody like me. But, in retrospect, is like, I knew I was tough, but that showed me that I'm tougher than I thought I was. Because jumping in like that at such an old age, and watching all my friends that have been doing it for decades, I was like, well, this is going to be hard, but I already signed up for it. So might as well go for it, with all the marbles. And if I lose, I lose. And if I win, I win.
Was the plan always just one?
No, I was supposed to do more, but COVID happened. I was training for my fights, and COVID happened. And I just wasn't able to do it anymore. And it kind of broke my heart, because I was like, I was seeing strides. I was seeing some progress. And then that happened. And then I had to focus on my career, which was professional wrestling. I definitely, and I've said it multiple times in other interviews, I want to have one more fight, if possible, if my time permits. Fortunately, I'm really busy right now with being a champion of a major company. But it's like I have that itch. It's just like it gives you, and you probably talk to a lot of fighters. It's like having that edge. is like the adrenaline that you get when you're in the cage, and the feeling that you get that you're invincible, but you not. But it's just like that moment of the fog, the lights, everything, the people, the smell of the blood, the smell of the sweat, like every punch that you don't feel, and like every kick, everything, like not knowing what's gonna happen is just what makes it even like I want to jump in there again.
So in a perfect world, you do have one more fight in you, at least one more. You'd like that?
We'll say so, yeah. I mean, everybody's like, you're crazy. You don't want to do it. You're kind of old now.
No, you're not. You're 35, right? You're good.
What?
You're 35, right?
Yeah, I'm 35.
That's You're young.
Yes.
You're a young pup. And you'd be it would be a much bigger deal if you like now you're this huge established name. It'd be you'd be the main event.
No. Don't make me the main event.
Why?
You know, let's respect my homies. No, I mean, for sell tickets, yes, but I want to respect my peers who have been in the business longer than I have. And I mean, they put me as semi-main last time, and I was like, yo, like this is like, you know, I'm pretty nervous now. You know, it's just a big deal. I mean, if it is main event, it is main event. But like I said, I have nothing but respect for all my associates that are in MMA that have been fighting for years. And I never want them to think that I'm being disrespectful, because I'm not, you know. It's like, that's the thing when people come from and jump from one area to another. They're like, well, why is that person getting that opportunity? It's just the business, right? But again, I want people to understand I'm very respectful, and I know the grind. And it's not an easy grind. And I have nothing but respect to all my friends who are every single day. They wake up at 6 a.m. to go to jiu-jitsu class. Then they go to work. Then they go to sparring. They have to go to home, take care of their kids, take care of their families, take care of themselves. I know the hustle. I know the struggle. And, but again, like you said, if they put me as a main event, you know, like I'm just gonna be like, all right. But they know there's a lot of respect for my peers.
Well, I said it, not you, of course. And you will be returning to Combate next month. I want to let everyone know they've got their English shows on Paramount Plus, Friday, July 15th, Friday, July 22nd. You will be working as a color commentator for them. So, I mean, this is a big deal. You're coming back.
Yes, I'm so excited. I am super excited because this is another face that people don't see. I have done commentary in Spanish for AEW. I work for a Busted Open Radio. I do radio. And now I'm gonna do commentary for MMA, which, you know, again, I'm super ready to like learn new stuff, to like meet the fighters, to research about the fighters, just to get back in there and just feel it again. Again, is like Combate Global has such a special place in my heart, because my first fight was in San Antonio. I won my main match in San Antonio, and now I get to like travel with them and do all this stuff. So yeah, most definitely, I am super, super happy for this opportunity. And I want to thank Mr. Campbell and Mike for, you know, reaching out and doing this. I know they want me to fight, but because of my, you know, time constraints, unfortunately, I can't make it right now. But yes, and then, you know, just target another market that I haven't been able to like get back, and like maybe get some of those viewers to come and watch AEW on Wednesdays. I think it will be super awesome.
Yes, and vice versa. The AEW viewers come and watch you on Combate as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's the most important part. Like the scope promoting part is very, very important.
I love your story. In short, you know, we don't have to do a "this is your life" here, but you know, you were working as a social worker with teenagers, right? And the name of the facility was Thunder Road, and you guys were thinking of a cool name that would honor that, but also honor your heritage. So you come up with Thunder Rosa, which is a tremendous name, and it's also a fun name to chant as well. But the attire that you represent, and in particular the face paint, I love as well. Could I ask, does the face paint in particular represent? I mean, obviously, I know, you know, there's the lucha aspect. There's I'm totally gonna butcher this, but like the muerte something. I don't know. Am I totally wrong about that? Anyway, could you tell me what? Yeah, something. Okay, sorry. I'm trying. Yeah. El Nariz isn't wearing his mask, so I don't have all the things. What does it all represent? And also, if you could tell me, how long does it take to put that on every week? Because it looks very, very detailed.
Well, I'm going to start with what it represents. Again, one of the main reasons why I'm doing the Uvalde things is because, and I put Uvalde in the Sacred Heart, is because as I was fighting that match, I was fighting for those who didn't make it. And I was representing them in the most positive way, how their parents remember them. And that's how I represent. I represent all of those who have we're in this world. All the kids that I work with when I was in Thunder Road, and unfortunately, they're no longer with us. They either, committed suicide, they're murdered by the police, they died for, tragic circumstances, or just in general, like they were not able to make it. I am representing all their wishes and desires and dreams and hopes and goals that they were never able to accomplish. And I'm representing it in the ring every time I step in there, because everybody told me that I wasn't going to make it. And everybody told me I was never going to be successful. And now I have an army with me, the Thunder Army, the dead and the alive people, and they all come with me. I've never come alone to the ring. Even when I'm alone, I'm never alone.
Respect. I love it. I love when you also go half face. Is there a reason for that? When it's not the full face, I like the half face very much.
The full face is when I go full ham, right?
Okay, all right.
I mean business. Business. Half, it was because the promoter that gave me that, he said I was too pretty to wear full face. So he's like, show your two sides. So that's the answer for that. And how long does it take me to do my makeup? Depends on how intricate it is. It could take half an hour, or it could take an hour and a half.
Damn.
Yeah, it depends, because we have to put, like the little jewels, this and that. So, yeah, so it's a little complicated, but it's pretty cool. I love it. I love what I represent, and I love that I'm one of the very few women, Latino women, that have been able to be themselves in a professional wrestling level, right? And that I am accepted by, because that's when I got hired at AEW. They wanted to hire Thunder Rosa for who she was, which I will always be very thankful to Tony Khan for doing that, and for allowing me to be me.
Considering your long road, 6 years indies, I believe that you had accepted a job as a referee with WWE and kind of did it begrudgingly, but then there's a hurricane and your flight gets canceled and you take the detour to MMA, and then you finally get this shot and now you're champion. Was there a point that this, seemed like the impossible dream? Like, now are you living out something that at one point you had pretty much given up on and thought would never happen for you?
Yeah, definitely. Like I wake up every morning, no matter how the odds are and like how difficult it could be sometimes, I wake up every morning being blessed and thanking, my higher power for allowing me to live my dream and help others. Like, now my son is becoming a professional wrestler. We're gonna have a match next Saturday together.
How old is he?
He's 17. He's about to be 17 in August.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, so it's like, it is amazing. It's like, what mother can say that she's doing something as this with their son, and is passing it on. So I don't even have words, man. I don't even have words. And I know, like I said, all those trials and tribulations that have been put in my life is because I know there's a bigger purpose and there's a bigger thing for me and for my family and for those who are around me. Like I said, this journey is not for me, and I'm just not fighting for myself. I'm fighting for change, and I'm fighting for making a difference. And it's an entertainment business, and MMA and everything is pretty cutthroat, but I still believe that change can be made. And I'm really blessed. And I just want to thank, Ariel for doing all that research and, bringing all these things. And all those people that really believe in me. And again, is like, for any of those who have hate in their heart and feel that it needs to be said and needs to be told in different aspects, I'm just gonna send them blessings, and like, I want them to know that I don't have any hate in my heart, and I'm really, really thankful to be where I am right now.
Just a couple more things and I'll let you go. I know you have a very busy day. Could you describe what the locker room is like right now in AEW? You hear that, Cody leaves, the MJF thing is brewing, work, shoot, who the hell knows? What is it like? What is the vibe there? If I walk backstage right now, what is the vibe? How would you describe it?
Everybody's working on their thing, man. And it's like, things are happening, and like, new people are coming, and people are working on their stuff. I can only speak on myself. I'm going out there with a very positive attitude today, and we're gonna kill it. Like, the most important part is like giving good numbers and giving a good show.
Yeah, you guys are on a roll. Can I play one word association or name association game with you?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
When I say Britt Baker, what do you think?
lights out match.
Respect?
Dustin Rhodes.
No, when did you have respect for her and does she have respect for you?
I have respect for my opponents. Every single opponent I've been in there.
Does she have the same for you?
I mean, every time we've been in the ring, we've been fine.
Okay.
We had great matches, you know?
Are you happy with the title run?
I'm happy when it's happening right now. It's like I said, I am in a great position to show what, women like me can do as champions.
Can Chris Cyborg compete in wrestling? I know you guys dabbled a little bit. She dabbles on Twitter and whatnot. Can she actually do this?
I've said it. Anybody can. If you put your mind into it, you can do whatever you want.
Okay, fair enough. Maybe, can you tell Tony, he doesn't want to do an interview with me, but I'd love if you could tell him about El Nariz and maybe I can show up on Dynamite. What do you think?
Sure.
Okay, maybe you could put in a good word if you see him later today in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Okay. I appreciate it. gspawn.com/Thunder Rosa is the auction site. All the proceeds going to the victims and the families of the horrendous shooting in Uvalde. And you are returning to Combate Global on Paramount Plus on Friday, July 15th and Friday, July 22nd as a guest color commentator. And then at some point, Campbell's going to pull you aside and give you a huge offer to fight, and you will main event that show, and it will be a really, really big deal. I can foresee it now.
We'll see about that, man. We see about that.
Much respect to you, Melissa Thunder Rosa. Big fan of what you do and what you represent and how you conduct yourself, and that you fight for the, for the forgotten, so to speak, for the people that don't get the shine. So keep it up, and don't let those haters get you down. All right, you have a home here. We got your back.
Ariel, do you see me crying? Do you see me sad? Do you see me angry? No, it's like, that's what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, tomorrow is going to be a better day. People are going to say things. People are going to, create, controversy and everything. At the end of the day, man, I'm here to be kind, to be nice, and to make a difference, right? And like I said, like my friend sent me a Bible verse, and it's just, again, it's like, I am happy where I am, and I'm able to provide something that I never, ever in my life would be able to if I wasn't here in this moment. And I'm going to enjoy every single moment, good or bad, because the good teaches you good stuff that you know that you're going to learn for the future. And I'm just like, again, it's rough sometimes, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I'm here talking to you, Ariel, and I'm about to do some freaking amazing stuff that other people are not able to. So I am happy about that. And I'm focusing on the positive. And I'll continue to focus on the positive.
Respect. And good luck to your son as well. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Talk to you later. There she is, the great Thunder Rosa, the AEW Women's World Champion, doing a great thing for a lot of families over in Texas, Uvalde, Texas, to be exact. gspawn.com/Thunder Rosa is the website where you can place a bid on her gear that she wore at Double or Nothing. She is the champ. And again, returning to Combate Global on Paramount Plus Friday, July 15th and Friday, July 22nd. A lot of MMA to come.